Welcome into the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Flus is gone, and I don't know if we're having a party because it is a man's job. So, but I don't know. Can we do the balancing act of we're having a good time and just enjoying sports? And, oh, man, I hate when anyone loses their job. We did it. We did it.
Something about January 6th, boy.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Show starts meow. Does this redeem the date January 6th on the calendar? Does it redeem it a little bit?
Put it in the comments.
You let us know in the comments. Really, I also want you to stir up your political leanings and see if you can't fight with each other. I mentioned I was on Blue Sky yesterday. I didn't know that was divisive.
Is it?
Oh, my God. So many people were mad. And I was like, wait, why are we mad at people for being on a social media site? I don't know.
I know one that you don't need to be on.
Anyway, shout out to our friends at Prize Picks presenting our show today as they do from time to time, pretty much always. We love them. Use the code DLLS when you sign up on Prize Picks and ownwell.com/Texas. They're there to take care of your property tax situations. Make sure you're not paying more than you should, okay? So welcome in, everybody. Yeah, Jeremy said Jerry's trying to take Jan 6 back. So there's that. The story of the day is Matt Eberflus is no longer the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll talk about that and all it implies. Hello, my name is Jeff. I'm next to former Cowboy wide receiver Jesse Holley.
Yeah!
What about?
That's the right one
Why are you
for
so
today.
happy that Flus got fired? Why are you happy?
He's not happy. He's the defender of Flus. He said
He
Flus
was
is great.
screaming. He was happy.
Flus is great.
Never said that.
He was cheering. He's cheering. Man lost his job. Man got a family. You cheering.
That man didn't lose a job. He's still getting paid.
Oh, he's getting paid.
He got his money.
He's
He's okay.
fine. He's fine.
You cheering.
The wife is happy. The family's happy. Dad's
No, they're
home.
not. I think most people are not
No,
happy.
They
when,
aren't.
Yeah.
They aren't. Normally, that's like you hear about. There's like a 80% divorce rate
Yeah.
on guys who played or coached
Yeah.
like 5+ years or more.
Yeah.
They come back to the crib.
They're like, why are you here?
They're like, what are you doing here?
We were having a great time,
They get
and now
divorced.
you're here.
We got a system.
Next to Jesse is the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, who told you this was going to happen sooner than people were saying, the great and powerful Clarence Hill.
Michael Parsons sucks.
Well, that's a weird thing to say today.
Get over it.
Hey,
Eberflus
Hey.
could have probably used that
Hey.
sucky player.
ask Eberflus now that he want Michael Parsons gone.
Yeah, I bet he'll tell you. Well, he told
Unanimous.
you right before he got
He
fired.
told
He was
us.
like, well, I wasn't, didn't help that we.
Are you dogging under that hoodie though?
I'm not dogging. I got a come on, man. You see this shirt?
Okay, DLLS. All right. I
You
just
see
gotta
this shirt? I
check.
didn't know what the weather was like.
I didn't
was
go
gonna wear
DLLS
this-
shirt today. I went with my Gandalf leading the Lord of the Rings crew on Christmas. You can't really see, but it's a Christmas shirt.
It's been about 2 weeks
It's
since
Gandalf.
Christmas.
Yeah, but it's my favorite shirt. My buddy Mitch
I've
got it
never
for
seen
me.
you wear that shirt before in my life.
Well, I got
Neither.
it for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've worn it 4
All
times
right.
since then.
Okay, I'm about to say that's your favorite.
That was your
I'm
favorite
like,
There's a
shirt.
lot of black
Working
people
with
who want to be Hogwarts.
Hogwarts and Middle Earth are two different things, but that's fine. Next to Clarence is the second greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, Mr. Ali Jawad.
Hi, ladies. Hi, ladies.
Damn.
Yes, there
Player,
was
player.
Jackie's
Player.
in the chat.
Player,
Hi,
player.
Jackie
How you
Ali,
doing?
and good morning
She's
to
had it before,
Clarence.
so you-
Is Jackie there?
Didn't want to
She's
feel
on
left
to you.
out.
I can't see.
Bob's in the super chat.
Early.
Can we check on the playmaker? Why is he whooping jerseys with a belt? Would this be the type of dog we need? I don't know what that means. Is that something he was doing during the
Yeah,
Miami
so
games?
it's BTA, belt to tail.
No, I'm
So,
familiar
like,
with BTA.
You didn't see the
so
video?
like every time
Belt
that
to
he,
tail. That ain't what the acronym.
Well, we don't
you
want
know.
to risk it with TV.
risk it.
We're on TV.
But after every win that Miami has, he's been taking the jerseys of the opposite team,
I didn't know that.
putting them against
Where
walls,
you been?
putting them against
I don't
water
social
coolers,
like you social.
and just whooping them.
We've been doing it all season.
in front
I
of
don't
people.
social
You didn't watch
like
that
you
game?
social.
Then he was like, he's been doing his antics, and people have been acting like something's. He's enhanced.
Mike's definitely enhanced.
Okay.
Right?
TRT.
Huh?
Yeah.
You think he's enhanced?
I mean, he's at least Mars Men.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah, he's doing something to optimize his testosterone for sure.
He's excited. Something's making him more excitable.
Oh, you're thinking
exactly.
You're talking about.
I'm just saying what people are saying.
Allergies.
I ain't saying it.
You're talking about allergies.
Mike's always like that.
But he's always.
But Bob, to your second part of that question, absolutely. We need dogs like Michael.
Right. He needs to be the new Cowboys Whistling Ray. You don't remember Whistling Ray. You remember Whistling Ray?
I'm sorry?
Don't even look at me.
You guys are
You say
so
Whistling Ray?
You're so damn young. There used to be a Cowboys mascot called Whistling Ray.
What year?
He used to wear a Cowboys suit, black guy with a
No,
Cowboys
what
suit.
year?
Before Rowdy.
Okay, so how are they going to know?
Don't do that.
What year?
He grew up around here.
Okay, but what year?
He was in the 90s.
Okay.
Whistling Ray?
Wow. You guys are babies. Whistling Ray used to be the Cowboys' unofficial mascot. Before they had Rowdy, had a guy named Whistling Ray, a black guy in a Cowboys suit, had a horse and a whip. You remember Whistling Ray, don't you?
I wasn't on Black Twitter in the 90s.
It wasn't black. Yes, that's Whistling Ray.
That's got to be racist.
That's him and several pictures of him. I'm saying Michael could be as much as he's really Miami's unofficial mascot now. Yeah. We don't even see Sebastian anymore. They don't show nothing. They don't show Sebastian anymore. They just show Michael. Well, Michael should be the Cowboys' unofficial mascot, doing the same things he's doing for Miami on the Cowboys sideline. He could be the Cowboys' new Whistling Ray. Make it happen, Jerry.
Okay, yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, we take a new mascot.
I cannot believe y'all never heard of Whistling Ray.
I didn't.
Oh, Matt Eberflus, huh?
Listen, I was an undiagnosed ADHD kid. There was a lot going on up here. I didn't have time to retain much. I didn't know much.
Before Miss Price, it was Whistling Ray.
Miss Price?
Crazy Ray, Whistling Ray, somebody's Ray.
See, now Miss Price, I consider the unofficial Cowboys mascot.
DeMarcus.
And since we bring up Miss Price, she has cancer, so prayers out to Miss Price.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay,
Clarence.
Crazy Ray, Whistling Ray, Ray. Do y'all know Ray?
I love you, Miss Price.
Y'all know Ray?
I know the words Crazy Ray. Okay. I do. I know those
Crazy
words.
Ray.
Well.
Crazy Ray. Bring Michael to be the new Crazy Ray.
All right, well, 7 minutes into the broadcast now, we can talk about Matt Eberflus has been fired as the Cowboys defensive coordinator.
Crazy Ray.
Shout out to Clarence for letting us know that this would happen sooner than people were pretending, and I think that's important because there are names that are on the market that you could literally be interviewing tomorrow, and maybe they will. And I think it's important to get that going.
And from a timeline standpoint, they can start interviewing on Wednesday.
Okay.
Is
it based on when you fire your coach?
It's based on when your season ends.
When your season ends.
In general, though?
So basically, no, they can start hiring.
But for playoffs, the playoff teams, like, isn't there?
They're not a playoff team.
Today's Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it is tomorrow.
I'm saying that candidates they want to interview that are playoff teams.
They can interview anybody. They can start interviewing assistant coaches on Wednesday, period.
And that's nice.
And obviously, the playoff teams, you have a different thing. But I'm saying anybody, they can officially start interviewing on Wednesday, which is why, again, it was always a timeline. It was never going to be 10 or 12 days. They're always going to be in a competition. And really, Jerry said it 2 weeks ago. This won't be a tough decision. We talked to him before the Giants game, and Jerry talked about, I'm going to start making this decision. We're going to start work as early as Monday morning. And we love Schottenheimer. He answers questions. You know, he's been great at the podium. Sometimes he just makes general comments just to answer the question. And so he was talking in general about the process, and we're going to go through the players. Then we're not going to talk to the coaches till Thursday. No, he just answered questions, okay? That was never the timeline. Listen to Jerry. Listen to the TDs. Connect the dots. You're in competition with other teams for coaches. This is an urgent situation. It's been urgent, and I don't care if we don't want. You talk about consistency and continuity, 4 different defense coordinators. This situation, the play of this defense merited change. The worst defense in terms of points in Cowboys history. They gave up a score on every other drive. Every other drive this year, they gave up a score, okay? Whether it was touchdown or field goal, they gave a score on every other drive, okay? In terms of EPA, defensive EPA, the 4th worst in NFL history since they started tracking it. The worst since 1982. Again, we talk about points. The first Cowboys defense to ever give up over 500 points. The 6th worst defense in NFL history in terms of points. Change had to happen.
No, I'm with you. Yeah. And I thought that was when I saw that number yesterday or the day before, which is by one of the nerd stats. It was DVOA. Not EPA.
Yeah, DVOA.
But,
okay.
Whatever. Just know it was a nerd stat. The second worst defense in the last 44 years in the NFL is what the Cowboys just ran out there. And I absolutely agree with Jesse when you talk about the lack of talent that they had out there between injuries, the dumbest trade in NFL history. Like just a lot of things came together to where, from a talent perspective, you're certainly not good. But I don't think you could tell me you're the second worst in the last 40-something years in the entire NFL. And so to me, the guy who is in charge of teaching, communicating, putting everybody in the place to succeed, like, it has to start there. And I appreciate Quinnen Williams talking about players got to take accountability because, yeah, obviously you are the one responsible for doing that job, and a lot of them will be held accountable by not being here next year. But I also value the words of other guys who maybe won't be here. Like I saw what Dante Fowler said yesterday. And Dante Fowler's quote was, which I don't agree with all of it, he said, "We got the guys. We just need to put them in the best position to make plays. That's it. I don't care how good you think your scheme is. You just got to evolve around your players, take your players' opinions on some things, and try to put your players in the best position to make plays." I mean, that's as pointed as you're going to get, saying our coach was awful. And he probably has to say that because he didn't have a good year and he'd like to get paid again. But, there's enough. You couldn't have sold this fan base on Eberflus. You could not have brought him back and sold this fan base. Now, I've said that about a lot of things in Cowboy history, and they just stay the most popular. But, yeah, I think Jerry knows. Like, you couldn't sell it. Had to go, had to be done, and now we're done. And now we can move on, and now we can start looking at who's going to be next, how much do you think that a new coordinator can improve what you have? Like, it's going to be hugely important how many different dudes are out there next year, right? Like, you're going to have to make a lot of acquisitions, a lot of different guys, and then hopefully the next guy that you bring in can also put a stamp on this thing and make a big difference.
And that's where the problem can be an issue again, because the person or people that are picking him are the same that have been picking him for the last 30 years. And that's an issue, right? And this is
mostly because I will say this: the Cowboys have a big history of their coaches getting opinion. Like part of what Flus has to own is Murray, Elam, Sanborn. Like, a lot of these guys are guys that he knew, guys that he had a history with, guys that he had a say in. I think I can make that work. Like, that's part of why you got to go.
And that's where that was going to be the second point of my thing was, does Jerry finally get to a point where he's saying, all right, enough of the opinions. We have people in place.
I hope so.
Like, we have people in place that are paid and that work on going to get the things that you need. Defensive coordinator, you give us a list, and then we go find it. And the opinions of others, and that's been an issue for Jerry because he'll ask everybody.
Yep.
And takes everybody's opinion and say, you know what, I'll give you a guy, and I'll give you a guy, and I'll give you your. And when you do that, you end up with a team full of guys who don't match what you want to do. And now you're stuck. So is that part going to change for the Cowboys? Because it doesn't matter who you bring in here, if it's still a consensus group of people being able to have a voice in the thing, we're going to be sitting right back here again because we were faced with a historically bad defense just 2 years ago.
What year was that?
You mean 2020?
Was it 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
2020?
Mike Nolan.
Oh, the Mike Nolan year?
Yeah,
the Mike Nolan.
And the 3 years in between, they had a bad defense, but they still made the playoffs.
Hey, they're okay.
Yeah.
They forced a bunch of turnovers.
Yeah, it was turnovers and all that.
Okay.
And,
but I mean,
they still made the
we
playoffs.
still had issues about the defense.
No doubt.
We left many games. We left many games, coming into that situation. And even those times when they were in the playoffs, they were wild cards. They barely got in by the hair of their chinny chin.
They 12-5. They won the division. They were 12-5 3 straight years. That's not barely getting in.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, and we had issues with defense toward the end of the season, certainly the Green Bay year. But some of those years they played solid defense. But again, everything you guys are saying is right. How you do it, and Jerry talked about the process and who's making the process. And I got to look in the mirror, and we've had bad defenses. It's not just who's calling the plays, it's how we play defense and how we pick the coordinators. But just getting back to Eberflus and what Fowler talked about, because everybody wants to say it was only Diggs who was complaining about the scheme. Everybody was complaining about the scheme. There are assistant coaches who were complaining about Eberflus being stubborn and inflexible.
Well, you got to see why the front office isn't a big fan of Diggs, because while everybody else is like, let me at least hold this in a little bit. While we're playing football, Diggs was like, I'll tell you right now.
But you heard Fowler say the same thing.
Right, and he waited till the season was over.
Yes, but I'm just saying, though, but that doesn't mean he held it in in meetings. I'm saying, a lot of people had a problem with how Flus handled himself, and he said the same thing. I wouldn't change a thing. What?
Yeah. Well, he will not change a thing somewhere else next year. Maybe. Probably not. But coming up next, who you want? Who's out there? Who you want? We're going to find the Cowboys' next defensive coordinator. Please hit the like button while you're here. We sure would appreciate it. That's next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. All right, guys, let's talk about our friends over at Mars Men. It is lovely as you start getting into your 30s, especially in your 40s. But for me, it was in my 30s, too. You start realizing, holy cow, my energy level's a little worse. My body ain't looking the same as it used to, even if I am exercising the same. Well, guess what? You might need a little help with your testosterone. Introducing Mars Men, a potent and natural testosterone stack, and it optimizes your body's ability to forge usable testosterone. Same benefits of optimized testosterone, energy, strength, and focus without shutting your body down. No synthetics, no needles, no dependency. It is lovely. Just real natural ingredients to help optimize your testosterone with a 90-day money-back guarantee. And for a limited time, our listeners can get 50% off for life and free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. Perfect way to kick off the new year strong. mengotomars.com. 50% off, 3 free gifts when you check out. They're going to ask where you heard about them. Tell them it was us. Support the show in that way. Also, shout out to our friends at Ownwell. Ownwell.com/Texas. Now, what do they do at Ownwell? Well, you get your property tax bill that shows up. You pay a certain amount on your mortgage, and boy, that number seems to jump on you, doesn't it? Well, guess what? For absolutely free, our friends at Ownwell will help you make sure that you're not paying more than you should when it comes to your property taxes. They protest these things for you. All it takes is signing up, and that takes 3 minutes for you to do at ownwell.com. You do that, and they're going to try to save you some money every month, and you don't owe them anything unless they do save you that money. They're local tax experts, and they're going to take care of you. Only pay if you save. Hundreds of thousands of happy customers and 5-star reviews. Stop overpaying, start saving with our friends over at Ownwell. Sign up in 3 minutes, ownwell.com/Texas. That's OWNWELL.com/Texas. All right, it is the DLLS Cowboys podcast. I'm a big fan of what John is doing with cameras today. He's both started the show and this segment with the camera on Clarence looking at his phone. So you get my voice and you get Clarence's looking at the phone.
They made a statement on Eberflus. We're trying to tweet the statement and put the statement out. He's putting it in the story.
You want to read that sucker to me? Read the and can we get it to like the Titanic song?
Oh my God.
Or what do you,
let Ollie read it.
Although we
anyway.
go.
All right.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Read that statement. Yeah, hit a club pop and then you can.
As I read it.
I mean, because y'all don't play it no more.
It has been a while. We got to see if we can find club pop for you guys.
Take this seriously. Having known Matt Eberflus for decades now, we have tremendous respect and appreciation for him as a coach and a person. After reviewing and discussing the results of our defensive performance this season, though it was clear that change is needed, this is the first step in the process. We will continue that review as it applies to reaching our much higher expectations.
Legends drop. Clarence Hill just can't
I'm not dancing to this.
If I didn't hear, I mean, yes, the Lombardi Party song goes hard, but he's not even here, you know?
But the way he's been hating on Flus.
Oh, yeah. Right. Can we do one just for Botch Lombardi, noted Cowboys content? What's that? All right, a $50 super chat will get the Lombardi Party going. So we're gonna need, we're gonna need one of those.
So Read that statement again. What Jared said after.
God, the first sentence. We love you. You're the
reviewing
best.
and discussing.
Oh.
The results were.
It was clear that change was needed. Clear.
500 points later.
But and it goes back to what Jesse said in the last segment, I think, is a really important thing for the Cowboys. They set themselves up in a bad way in a few different ways. And one of them is, like, Jerry is the ultimate decision maker, but he takes input from everyone. If you're a coordinator with the Cowboys, like Mike McCarthy, I don't even know if he liked it, but he was like, I'm not used to really being asked about like, I'm used to coaching the team. I'm not really used to being asked about all this stuff. And Jerry will ask, scout here, you there, coach, assistant coach, people in his phone from years ago. Like, he'll text them about guys. And my buddy Brian Broaddus, who I do a show with twice a week, that's a DLLS product on my little tiny personal YouTube page, would say, like, sometimes all you got to do is be the last guy that talks to Jerry. If you're the last guy that talks to Jerry. And if the coordinator's getting to weigh in, like, they don't have a path that they're on, right? Like, it's Jerry talked about continuity, and now you're going to have D coordinator 5 in 5 years. It'll be your 5th one. And I don't think that should mean that they're damned or that they're screwed. Mm-hmm. Teams get new coaches and vastly improve every year. Check out the Bears.
Patriots.
But if you have a defensive coordinator who is stubborn in what he wants to run and then attempts to acquire players who he thinks fit what he wants to do that maybe aren't well-rounded, really good football players, and then it turns out, well, we were so terrible, I have to fire you. I have to bring in a new coordinator. And now the new coordinator has the leftovers of something that maybe he doesn't want to do. Like, it's all a cluster, which is why I'm a big fan of the guy that Jesse played for once upon a time before he stopped caring about anything and became a terrible coach.
Yeah.
But like Bill Belichick.
Not that young thing.
Like, Bill Belichick was going to, like, he's playing the other team. It's not every corner needs to be 6'3". The most important thing is how long your arms are, right. And then at this position, the most important thing is this. It's get good football players, and then you're responding to the team you're playing that week. It's not this is us,
right? Because
this is us. When this is us changes, and you still got them same dudes, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up. And as we get ready to talk about possible options, Jesse was very eloquent, in our pre-show meeting talking about how Belichick used guys. Why don't you explain that to the people, what you were talking about?
Yeah, just in my time in New England, Bill was just very, very adamant on about, can you do a specific thing for us this week? And it didn't matter what you did a week ago. If you fit better than the guy who played a week ago in what we're doing this week, you played.
Right.
And it was like, can you do this job? That's how he brought players in there. Now, granted, you go out there and you'll have a Randy Moss and a Tom Brady, right? Those are staples. But everyone else goes, hey, Wes Welker, today you got to play running back. Hey, Julian Edelman, you got to go play safety for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, go do that for 4 quarters because that gives us the best chance to win. And it was always just about being very specific and unique to what it took to win that week. And so I know that we want dogs and we want elite players. Those are nice, those are great, and those are necessary. But also you need a roster of players, and as you like to use the word, dogs, that will bite when it's time to bite, that will sit when it's time to sit, that will heal when it's time to heal. Because if you just got players out there and you got dogs out there and they're going in a different direction, you got a cluster mess.
Yeah, no.
And that's where my point was always when it came down to the players of, like, do your damn job, like tackle somebody, like that part, like that part.
Yeah, do that.
That part is, hey, you're standing right there in front of the dude, but you don't bring him down, or hey, don't let that dude just run by you. Maybe you shouldn't bite up on the fake. Don't jump off sides on 3rd and 3 or 4th and 2 when they're trying to get you to jump off sides. It's things like that. It's things like that happened throughout the last couple of years where it didn't matter what defensive coordinator that you had out there. You still had players on this football team. And it brings me back to, there was a sound of the sideline or something that caught this interaction between 2 dogs. between two dogs. And at that time, it was Tank Lawrence and it was Micah Parsons.
Oh.
And they were on the sideline, and Micah comes off, and he's barking at someone else for not doing their job.
Uh-oh.
And Tank just kind of like damn near shocked, looked over at Micah and go,
What about you?
don't yell at him. What about you? And I'm like, now those are your two dogs. Those are the dogs that you want. You would like to have a Tank Lawrence on here, right, Clarence?
Yes.
You'd like to have a Micah Parsons on here, right,
I
Clarence?
want 11 Tank Lawrence
Right.
and Mike Parsons.
Right. But I'm
I want
saying
11
is
of them.
when the dogs that you were
6 Tanks
Yeah.
and 5 Micahs,
That's
by the
what I
way.
Get
want.
over it.
I want 11.
when the dogs that you've assigned to attack are not biting the right people,
Yeah.
you look around and the dogs is like,
And the problem with that is because you only had one or two of those dogs, they thought they had to be Superman every play. They thought they had to make every play, which allowed them the
And see-
freedom to freelance. And I'm not saying it's right
and
or
this is
wrong.
what, this takes me
But if
back
you
to
got,
the whole
if
Bill
you got,
Belichick
if you got fouled, like look what Tank is doing in Seattle. He got a lot of guys he's running with.
But
They got a team full of players.
it takes me back to the other part. In New England, it's a big old sign on the wall. You saw it every day that you walked in there. Do your job. That's why coaches are there. If you do your part and he messes up, then let the coach take care of that. This isn't for you to be heroes. And then what ended up happening is you had Tank trying to be a hero, then Micah trying to be a hero, and then all of a sudden it became contagious. Because now
And then
they're
Mike
like,
is mad at this guy who's not good, and Tank's like, yeah, but you're not doing your job.
then-
You're being a
and-
hero.
and-
And other people are like, you're kind of doing
and
that
then
too.
and then you got Overshawn trying to be, because we talk about athleticism and the ability to
Right.
make plays
And so how do you rein in all the, you had dogs,
But you have
and
to-
your dogs were off the leash.
because
Nobody listens.
because they don't trust their teammates.
Well, then you have wrong players then.
Exactly, and that's
We gonna have to
crux
work
of-
on that part.
That's the crux of the matter.
We gonna have to work on
That's
that part.
been the crux of the matter. As
Yeah.
we look at potential defense coordinator candidates, you need a guy to get in here. Then you need to find players that fit his vision, and that's why it will never be 10 or 12 days. Whether it's a Brian Flores who may be up for the Raiders job, and he's going to be up for other jobs, and certainly Minnesota's going to want him back. How much is Jerry willing to compete financially for some of these defense coordinator names? Because other guys are going to want these guys too.
Yeah. I think Dro Nose has a good point. Sound like we need Bertier and Campbell. Okay. Both the linebackers from Remember the Titans.
Left side.
Strong
Left
side.
side, strong
Right.
side.
Remember the night you played the Titans.
Let's hit a couple of
I know
super
what
chats.
that
We will
movie
get
is.
to the names to watch for Cowboys defensive coordinator who we want them to hire. We got William in the super chat. He said, chill. I remember Whistling Ray at Texas Stadium. Although somebody else said Crazy Ray was the mascot.
It's
Whistling
Crazy
Ray
Ray.
is your drinking partner at the American Legion.
There you go. There you go.
Andrew's in the super
His
chat.
name was Ray.
Jerry referred to the gold rush as his philosophy for team building. We're cooked. Y'all are great. What head coach that Jerry hired are in the league still? Yeah, that's the part we're going to have to overcome when you're talking about hiring, even just for a new defensive coordinator. Is I don't know how it's not a bigger story over the course of Jerry's career that he cuts corners, goes cheap, hires friends, as opposed to coaching is so important. It's so important. And they're like, I don't know. I know this guy. He'll do it for cheap.
You pointing at.
It's early. But now that they fired a defensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer,
Uh-oh.
with the schedule that you have next year,
Uh-oh.
Oof.
my boy, I know it's early, and I don't want to be messy. I don't want to be messy, but Brian Schottenheimer,
Garrett got a decade.
He on the clock.
you pull that next, you pull it this year, next year, with a new DC, because it's gonna be it ain't gonna be the DC fall next year. I'm just saying.
All you got to do is get us back to 8-1. Show a little progress. Get
That's
us back
enough
to
for another year.
500. Get
I'm just
trending in
saying.
the right direction.
I'm just saying they'll turn on you too, my boy.
How long did Jason Garrett live with 8-8?
10 years.
He had 3 straight 8-8s, right? I think he did
And
3
he
of
ended
those.
8-8 too, right?
What's that?
He ended 8-8 too, right? The last
That's
season.
probably true. He did a lot of 8-8. He was about as down the middle
And
average
the
as
fact
you
that
could
they
be.
was really trying to get to 8-1. I mean, come on.
Boy, if they'd have got to 8-1, I'd be so sad.
And really, it's fitting because since the last Super Bowl title, they've been bad to mediocre. I mean, you look at their record; they're probably overall record since 1996 is probably 4 playoff wins, but it's
Yeah.
probably about around 500.
Yeah, that's probably true. I was going to say, I know more recently it's good, and they use it as a selling point. They're like, in the last however many years, we have the 6th most wins in the NFL. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's nice. That's fine. But
What about the postseason?
even the times when you – like, they also had a good stretch of a really bad division. And historically, if you're a really good team, you take advantage of that and you get the 1 seed all the time. Please see Tom Brady's entire career. See Pat Mahomes when the AFC West wasn't as good. Like, if you're the really good team – you march through people. Anyway, we are going to get to the coaches that we got, but we also got to do a tote that thing.
Tote that thing!
Because it is a Tuesday, so we'll tote that thing. We're looking for something from this season that you'd like to see carry over into next. Can you think of one and put it in the chat? Hit the like button while you're here, please. That's next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Shout out to our friends at Prize Picks, my favorite app on my telephone. I love my Prize Picks. All you have to do on Prize Picks is you say whether you think that certain players of certain sports are going to have more or less than a projected stat each week. You got the playoffs coming up this weekend. Bang. Go check that out. Who do you think is going to have more rushing yards, receiving yards, catches, passing yards than projected? That's all you got to do is make those picks, make a few of them together. If you get those picks right, bang, you win the monies. It's Prize Picks. It makes lots of things interesting for me because there are sometimes games that I might not be interested in. And then I pop on that Prize Picks app and I make a couple picks and bang, I am in there. And I'm locked in. So just you can do some hating with it too if you want. I do that with the Eagles a lot. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code DLLS. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DLLS. Get you $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Also, want to thank our friends and draw your attention to them at Qualis Roofing. Over 700 5-star reviews, average rating of 4.9, which means there was probably one real weird hater out there, and I don't know what they were doing. But Qualis Roofing, 4.9, still very solid. One of the most trusted names in roofing across North Texas and Austin. They're not one of these fly-by-night, oh my God, there was a storm. Suddenly there's 500 roofing companies coming to your door. No, they're here. They're based right here in North Texas, and they're going to take care of you. No pressure, no gimmicks. They also have sweet giveaways because they're a great partner of ours. You get a free roof inspection scheduled with Qualis, they're going to get you a free DLLS t-shirt. That's nice. Replace your roof with Qualis, and you can choose between a free Blackstone grill or a Traeger smoker. They get you squared away. So it's Qualis Roofing. They're the best. Use them. Mention DLLS when you call in. It helps our show. You can call or go online to schedule your free roof inspection. Don't forget to ask about a free grill. QualisGC.com or QUALIS or call 817-500-9008. All right, it is a DLLS Cowboys podcast, and for the third segment in a row, we come back with fine camera work from John. See what Clarence is up to. Anyway.
I was trying to Google the Cowboys record since 1996. Okay?
How are we looking? We looking strong?
It's not looking
That's
strong.
not what he was looking up.
Damn you, John. Right here.
That's not what he was looking up.
Not what you're looking up.
What are you talking about?
We will get to the names we would like to see the Cowboys hire as a defensive coordinator. But before we do, we must tote that thing presented by our friends at Ownwell, ownwell.com/Texas. Make sure that you're not paying too much for your property taxes. They'll take care of you. I don't have a football. Jesse, could you hand me the Cowboy helmet?
Okay.
That's close enough. It's football related.
Oh, boy.
Is it back there? Yeah. Oh, I can go. You go. Oh, he's going over the top. No, that's how you hurt yourself last time.
If you
Let's not hurt ourselves.
That's how you hurt yourself last time.
I jumped off the table.
I miss having knees to step over stuff, but that's okay. I got an appointment in 1 week and 2 days with the knee replacement doc.
So you gonna get it replaced
I'm probably gonna get it replaced. Yeah,
this offseason?
yeah, probably in March. Yeah, probably in March.
Right in the middle of the draft.
Well, right before the combine.
Right.
Ready to because then I'll put in the work to get ready to run my 40. Anyway, something you want to see him carry from last season into next season. Ali Jawad.
Tote that thing!
Here's what I want to see them carry. I want to see them carry their all-pro left guard at left guard next season.
Oh, I like
Not
that.
at left tackle. We talked to Tyler Smith in the locker room yesterday, exit interviews. Here's what he said. Obviously, I made a lot of money playing offensive guard. That's what it is. I had the most reps I have in the NFL at offensive guard, so obviously I'm more comfortable there. It's a matter of conversation. He will meet with Schotty as well to discuss that whole thing. But look, don't fix what isn't broken, right? He's one of the best guards in football. You paid him to be an offensive guard. We've talked about this. Do not get lazy.
Yeah.
Do not think that putting him at left tackle is going to solve your problems, because then you got a problem at left guard as well. And can you look at the film and tell me that TJ Bass has done any better. Brock Hoffman this past Sunday, that he's not an upgrade, but at least gave you something that will tell you, hey, yeah, we think this could work. No, keep Tyler Smith at left guard and get out there, do what you have to do. If you don't think Tyler Guyton's your option, your answer at left tackle, but you want to kick him over to right tackle, so be it. But do not get lazy with it. Find an upgrade. Find somebody that can hold down that left tackle position and keep one of the best guards at football where he belongs.
I like that. I love that. I love that Tyler Smith was like, yeah, I got to meet with Schotty about it. And it ain't because I need to know about the position. It's going to be, hey, listen, if I'm going to play left tackle for y'all, this money going to change. I don't know who's out there telling folks that there's a clause in his contract that's not, you can't do that.
No, you can't.
I think it was Nick Eatman.
Yes,
that's.
I talked to his agent and shot that down. But
You can't have clauses in your contract for two different positions. That doesn't work.
Did he get a raise the last few weeks?
Yeah, that doesn't work.
It's illegal.
So, but yeah, like that's Tyler also wants to know, like, well, because now if I'm Tyler, I'm going, well, you paid me as the top guard.
Yep.
So now you're moving me to tackle. I want to be paid as the top tackle. Like, don't.
But then they would tell
don't
you
do
that
it
to be
yourself.
the top tackle
As
first.
the top tackle. Not just be a tackle.
Nope. You
Don't
won't move
play
me
as
out.
Tyler
No.
Guyton and want to get top tackle money.
I'm doing something for you. You do something for me.
I can tell that Tyler Smith does not want to do this because even his quotes, great professional, right? Tyler Smith, by all accounts.
Yes.
Quote, the biggest thing for me is what's best for the team. But also what's smart for me in my career. like you might think that's best for the team. But also there's a second thing to worry about there.
Yeah.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Jesse Holly.
Tote that thing.
Here's what I'm toting. Dak Prescott, 17 weeks of suits. No more of the young people clothes.
Well, that's not toting because
Yeah,
he didn't wear 17 weeks of suits.
I'm toting that when he wore them, he played better.
All right.
Okay, when Dak Prescott was in his grown man clothes, he played better. Okay, let's not. You're a dad of two now. You're about to be in your mid-30s. Technically, you are the pop of the locker room. You're the pop of the locker room. You're the oldest tenured Cowboy currently. And so no more of the young boy clothes. I want you and what's it called? Gentlemen's Playbook. I want y'all to get together.
I think they got a breakup.
And
they had a breakup.
They had a breakup? Man. Well, there's more suit makers out there. You make more than enough money. But honestly, though, I want to tote 17 weeks of healthy Dak. 17 weeks of a healthy quarterback because that's going to be necessary. Whatever the iteration of the defensive quarterback, defensive players are going to be next year, this thing does not go anywhere. That boat ain't going to float. That ship is not going to get to the destination that you wanted to get to if Dak Prescott is not healthy. He finished this year healthy. He won't be rehabbing anything this offseason. He can take time to continue to advance the players that he has with him, advance himself, get more suits so that we have 17 games of fully, not the casual suits, the fully suited up Dak Prescott. Because if you're out, 3, 4, 5 or a season next year, this thing is done. This thing is toast. Yeah. With the way that the schedule is set up, Joe Milton ain't the answer. He won't ever be the answer in my eyes. Dak Prescott healthy for 17 games in the 2026-2027 season and hopefully playoffs.
It's the window behind the curtain. A little bit. Get back to him.
All right.
Window behind the curtain.
The fiance found the same suits and material at a much cheaper price than Gentleman's Playbook was charged.
That's why.
Wow, you did some hating there.
No.
I'm just saying.
You did some hating right there.
I'm just
Listen.
Took away some business from that man.
These are the things. These are the things. When you ask about having a significant other, it's them finding loopholes like this.
Yeah,
you're home all day. You see what I'm paying this guy for these suits.
Yeah,
you want to protect our assets. Yeah. You find me the same quality for a cheaper price. That's how you quantify.
Yeah,
outside of motherhood.
Yeah,
that's how you quantify your worth as a spouse. I love it. Like couponing.
That's nice. Let's knock out super chats. I know we had at least one there that I hadn't gotten to yet. Miles in the super chat. Jess and Jeff are right. That's what I'm talking about. I don't even know what the rest says.
I don't
Doesn't
even know
matter.
either, but you said that sounded. I like it.
It's front office and player accountability the
Oh.
problem. Did we say that? Good. Don't be a water carrier like Mr. Hill
What?
and Vach.
Not you,
I
Clarence.
don't know what we're talking about, but I support that super chat. I think it's a great point. I need all my water today, but yeah,
What?
I carry that water.
I say 952 earlier.
Oh yeah, 952.
Turn around.
Clarence Hill.
Tote that thing.
I got two things to tote.
Oh, a double tote.
From the
A
season,
two-tote.
from the season, I'm going to piggyback on the Dak stuff, and we need Dak 17 games. We need Dak playing out of his mind.
Hit the like
But we
button.
need Dak playing with CD in the minutes.
Ooh.
We need the minutes back. We need Shiesty back. We need the Shiesty Cowboys on offense back. You saw what you had with CD in the minutes. And minutes is George Pickens. Let George Pickens be George Pickens. Make sure you bring him back so he can continue to be a menace. The energy, the things he brought to this offense, the Cowboys need. We don't need CD and a bunch of maybes anymore. We need CD and the minutes. A full, healthy CD. You probably would have had two receivers going over 1,500 yards, okay? You need that to go whatever you're going to put on defense. This offense was at times the best in the league. It didn't finish that way because of how they ended the season. But when they were at their best, there was no better offense in the NFL, no more explosive offense in the NFL because of Dak Prescott, because of CD and the minutes. We need Pickens to be Pickens. Schotty did a good job of letting Pickens be Pickens. He may have missed some meetings.
Might have missed a couple.
He may have been late for the bus.
Might have late for a bus. Might have broke curfew.
But because he was a menace on the field, we only bench you for 3 plays, okay?
Yeah.
You don't get cut. You only get benched
Can
for
I
3
say
plays.
something to
Let it
George?
be minutes, huh?
Can I say something to George?
Say something to George.
Just real quick. George.
Respectfully, I'm gonna say it for him. Respectfully,
George.
with all due respect.
Do what you do. Clearly it works for you. But if you could do me one favor, leave CD out of it.
Don't take CD.
Don't take him with you. Look, you want to leave the hotel after curfew and go do what you're going to do, go do it.
Hey,
That's
boys,
okay.
man.
If that's for you, that's for you.
They like the odd couple.
See, you don't have no little brothers.
Don't text CD.
They like the odd
See,
couple, though.
I have a little brother. It was
Leave
always
CD alone.
you can't go nowhere if you don't take your little brother with you.
yeah. They like the.
CD's older, isn't he?
I don't know.
I know, but they like the odd
Yeah,
couple.
he-
It's funny. You watching
a
one
year
of
or
the
two.
game the other day, and CD got his
Whatever that is.
Paris fashion forward outfit on,
I've been
and George
commenting
Pickens
French.
got shorts on and a hoodie.
CD's too
And they right next to
impressionable.
each other, huh?
CD is too impressionable.
Very impressionable.
And so we need to leave him alone. Okay?
And my other thing, real quickly, the urgency. You see how fast they fired Matt Eberflus?
Yep.
Can we carry that urgency?
Yep.
Can we carry that urgency the next season? We need to make changes. We need to make changes now. Let's carry that sense of urgency. The season's over. Jerry told us first thing Monday morning. Well, it wasn't. They were going to start making decisions first thing Tuesday morning. Eberflus is out of there. We need that same urgency in the offseason to improve this team so we get back to Super Bowl glory.
Can I see the ball? And once I have the ball. And
Jeff Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
Tote that thing.
So the reson we each tote one thing is because I was going to tote urgency.
My bad.
Well, tote your version of urgency.
You got a different version.
Or aggressiveness or something of that nature.
Yeah, tote your version of it.
You removed your defensive coordinator in a timely fashion. And I would also tie it into you traded for George Pickens.
And
Now,
we don't know
again-
about his assistants yet.
Right.
They still may be here.
They're here for right now.
For now, yeah.
They were 2-year deals.
So you don't like. I'll tie this into George Pickens was the sort of trade that isn't all that common for the Cowboys. What's more common is the silly trades of late round picks for players who can't actually help you to fill up your salary cap and then cry about your pie.
Jonathan Mingo, Trey Lance.
Yeah. Elam Murray, Milton,
Logan Wilson.
but
Logan Wilson.
Logan Wilson. But yeah, like Pickens, that's an aggressive move. Quinn Williams trade, that's an aggressive move.
Desperate, but aggressive.
I-
Sorry.
Also,
it's not my
trying
tote.
to correct your failed
Your
first
tote.
trade. But those sorts of things, please let that transition into how you hire coaches.
Mm.
Please don't hire another Mingo Trey Lance coach, because that's what you're doing. You're finding a guy that maybe once did something good that you know, that you're buddies with, that is on a budget, and you're doing. Don't do that. Please let me come in tomorrow and talk about a scheduled interview with Jim Leonard and Brian Flores and like the ones that people are going to be competing for their services.
Yeah, I don't know if Jerry's going to want to pay the rest of Eberflus and top dollar for the next 2 years. Not saying that he won't. I'm just saying.
Please don't let Jesse be right.
I'm just saying.
31 NFL teams, well, probably more like 28, 29 NFL teams. Like, you fire a coach when you don't want him anymore. And now it's time to find the best guy I can to replace him. And if the rest of the league wants him too, cool. We're going to fight about it.
Yeah.
And we're going to win this fight.
Money whip him.
Because I got money. Don't settle.
Ain't no salary cap for that, baby.
No cap.
No cap on coaches, baby.
Also, probably add about 4 people to the training room. But that's a whole separate issue. I'm not saying Trayvon Diggs is right. I'm saying there's a reason a lot of your players probably rehab somewhere else, and there's a reason every time the NFLPA does a survey, you get some real nice A's about your facilities and how you treat your players, and then it says, oh, training staff, players feel like you don't have enough people and they don't get the treatment that they need. But don't worry about all that. None of that matters. Coming up next, who are the guys you want to be the next DC for the Dallas Cowboys? We'll talk about it on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Check out the hats. I'm rocking that black and green one right now. I need to get to a Stars game. I'd look good in this at a Stars game. We got nice hats, ALLCITY headwear, new styles, all up in your merch store at alldlls.com. You got to get merched up because having merch is fun and our merch is cool. So the hats are a nice addition. We've always had your T-shirts. There's Clarence checking out the merch store right now. We've always
I knew to look up.
We've always had your T-shirts.
Checking out the merch.
Now we got hats too. Yeah, he's checking out what's new in the merch
There's
store.
news happening across the league.
We also, is it going to be part of the next segment?
It could be.
Fair.
Joe Witt is gone. Could he be an option to come back?
Yeah, sure could. We also want you to sign up to be a diehard. There's a QR code on your screen that'll help you do that. So what does that mean? It means that you enjoy the DLLS product. We've got our show. We got your Mavs. We got your Stars. We got your Rangers. We have beat writers for all of those teams that are putting up articles on alldlls.com at all times. You want access to all of the content, the premium content, you sign up to be a diehard, you get that. It's a nice affordable price for you too. And on top of getting access to all that content, you get no ads on the website. And on top of getting both of those things, you can pick a free t-shirt from the merch store once you sign up to be a diehard, and we got some cool ones. There's the Stay Shiesty t-shirt, which we hope that one stays relevant going into the next year. We hope that George is still around. If not, you get you an 88 Club shirt or one of the other many t-shirts that we have in the merch store. And when you're signed up to be a diehard, you then get discounts on merch and events. So if you want some Mo t-shirts, guess what? 20% off as long as you're signed up to be a diehard. And on top of that, you join our Discord with all the other DFW Sports diehards, and you can hang out with all of us, the on-air staff. We're in there hanging out, talking, having a good time with you. So do it today. Sign up to be a diehard. Use the QR code right there, or else. Not a threat. It is the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Clarence, what's on your screen right now?
The Washington Commanders have fired Joe Witt.
Oh, it's tough.
Joe Witt was a guy that, was thought to be an option for the Cowboys, when Dan Quinn went to Washington, but the Cowboys didn't give him a chance. They brought in Mike Zimmer. But he was an up-and-coming guy. His dream, when he became coach, was the defense coordinator of the Cowboys. Obviously things didn't go well in Washington. But
a guy they know that just got fired that would do it for cheap? Boy, sounds like he's the guy.
They have relationships.
His dreams.
They have relationships. They
Delayed, not denied.
they have a relationship. He was a guy that, obviously is a disciple of Dan Quinn. Could he be an option? I don't know, but he's out there now, along with Cliff Kingsbury. Washington fired both of their coordinators. So
hire Kingsbury as the DC. Just see what happens. Just take a shot at it.
But you look at the list. I mean, the list is growing, and again, another reason why you have to get on this merry-go-round. You can't wait 10 to 12 days because you're going to be competing for defense coordinators. Guys out of jobs. Washington's not looking for a defense coordinator. You have to get out there and get into the mix. So you talk about names, okay? We talked about Jim Leonard. Talk about Jim Schwartz.
Hold on. You just run through names. You got to tell me who these people are, where they're at, and if I want them.
It's also for that DC job in Washington. You have a connection with Dan Quinn and Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
Raheem Morris was with Dan Quinn when they was in Atlanta. So
yeah.
Now that Raheem Morris is out of a job and maybe looking for a defensive coordinator job.
And he's also, Raheem Morris, fired in Atlanta as the head coach. He already has a head coach interview scheduled in Tennessee.
Right.
So he may get another crack at it.
May.
And I think
or they could be doing the run the roll in Tennessee.
Yeah, they could be Rooney ruling it, but that becomes relevant. Is that some of these guys may end up with a better job or a better offer than what you can.
And that's
offer.
the thing we're talking about Brian Flores, because everybody wants Brian Flores, and I think that if Schotty had his druthers, the way he glazed about Flores after that Vikings game, he glazed him, right? Can we say that?
I don't know, because I don't know if you can say that on TV.
Oh, you already said it.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if you can say that on
Well,
TV.
he was very complimentary of Brian Flores.
Well, I think Brian Flores
Overly complimentary. I
Be
mean,
a head coach.
I think Brian Flores should probably be, if he doesn't get a head coaching job, the crown jewel of the defensive coordinator group. I think that he seems it's easy from the outside to watch his team play and say how the coordinator is helping that team.
If Brian Flores doesn't get a head coaching job and Minnesota lets him leave, they deserve everything bad that happens to them in the future.
They already got JJ at quarterback, and he's only good
Yeah.
against Dallas. So
But
they're in
the
trouble.
caveat there is, if he doesn't get a head coaching job, he will be coveted by a number of teams. So the price is going to go up.
So win the bidding war. You've been
You can.
saving money on coaches for 30 years.
Okay?
Win the bidding war.
So you maybe have to pay him more than you pay the head coach. And
Fine.
they've done that before.
Fine.
They did that with Jason Garrett and Wade Phillips. But I mean,
That's
you might,
fine.
you might have to pay him. But that's what the case. And that may be the case with several other coaches. You talk about Raheem Morris, Jeff Ulbrich, Raheem Morris is DC in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They've done a good job with that defense there. He's an option. You know, and I brought up Jim Schwartz. They fired everybody in Cleveland. So Jim Schwartz, who had a very good defense in Cleveland, should be an option.
Other names that I have in front of me, Wink Martindale, who's at Michigan right now.
Yeah.
Jonathan Gannon just got fired as the head coach in Arizona. I couldn't imagine he's going to get a head coach job. He was the DC in Philly before that.
Wink couldn't stop Arch Manning running 60 yards down the field.
Well, Arch is a phenomenal athlete. Heisman favorite, I bet, going into next year. It's a tough guy to stop. Michigan's not very good right now. Jim Leonard is the pass game coordinator for a Denver defense that's absolutely awesome.
Right.
So that's a good list of names.
And their coordinator could be also an option. You know, I think his contract's
Joseph.
up.
Okay.
Vance Joseph. But again, Denver's probably going to want him back. And, you know, there will be a bidding war for him too.
Matt Patricia's hanging out there in Ohio State.
He'd be crazy to leave there to come here. I bet they can
What if
pay
he
him more.
brings
than
Caleb
Ohio State?
Downs with him?
Oh.
Might convince the Cowboys. to
Now
move
we
up
got a
to-
plan. Matt Patricia, follow me down this road now.
We're following you.
He's the DC at Ohio State right now. Number 12 overall. People don't value safety like that. So a top 3 player in the draft, you pick him at number 12 because
What
he
about-
plays safety.
What about 20 with the Packers?
At number 19, once the Packers lose in the first round, you take the middle linebacker at Ohio State, Sonny Styles. Then you bring Matt Patricia with his men.
Okay.
I'm with that
We're
plan.
cooking.
You
We're
brought up,
I like
cooking.
Matt Patricia.
you brought up Vance Joseph. He's interviewing for the Titans job. You ought to know that.
Yeah, they got to do the Rooney rule. We'll see.
That's 2 Roonies.
Yeah, you got him to couple.
Do a double
You gotta do-
Rooney.
you gotta do a
Double
couple.
Rooney.
You gotta do a
Double
couple.
Rooney.
You gotta do a couple.
Rooney Rooski.
You got to interview more than one minority.
Triple up the Rooney so that I know it's real, Jara. You know?
and then we'll see.
That's what I think you got to
Triple
do.
up the minority.
Yeah, that way that we know. That
No,
way I
I'm
know
with
it's
you.
real.
You're right.
And let's
Don't
be
just
honest,
check that
and
box.
you know, we're making jokes, but before you can make a DC hire, again, this is why it's a process. You can't wait till before you make a defense coordinator hire. You also have to adhere to the Rooney rule. So you have to interview a number of candidates. You just can't go pick a guy.
Okay, well, now here comes my question. Are you guys ready for a question? Can I ask
Go
you
for
a
it.
question?
Sure.
Does Schotty get to hire the DC?
You should.
He shouldn't have hired a special teams coach.
He should. If
shouldn't?
if you're truly changing your
I don't
ways,
know.
Jerry Jones,
Yeah, he did.
then let your head
Don't
coach, who this will fall on the shoulders of,
Didn't you tell me if they start like 1-5 that he might be run?
yeah,
You gonna let a guy who's
yeah.
maybe teetering already?
He's not. I'm making that up. I don't think he's teetering.
Okay,
you
he's
think
not
he's teetering? That's a Jesse Recky.
Okay,
Specky.
okay, that's a Ricky spec.
And one thing about this, let's put one caveat out there. If you hire a DC who's a former head coach, if you get run, you know who's going to replace you?
DC head
DC?
coach.
That's why. Listen, Brian Flores, if you're out there,
Walk with you.
Brian
Walk
Flores,
with you.
if you're out there,
Walk
listen to me.
with you.
Listen to me. You don't have the right opportunity today to be a head coach somewhere. I know the Cowboys defense isn't really that inviting. I know working with Jerry Jones wouldn't be a lot of fun. I know they're going to try to lowball you, but
Pull that Jason Garrett.
it could be done. Get in here, run this defense, make them the 21st best defense in football. Watch Schotty go down in flames, and this thing's yours, Brian. All you got to do is sign on the dotted line. Get up in here as the DC, then you could be the severely underpaid head coach a year from now.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be
The
nice?
Jason Garrett blueprint.
Now we have to acknowledge that Brian Flores is also suing the NFL for racial discrimination.
So
Yeah.
He has a suit
Jerry
against the
want part of
NFL.
that?
So
What's
he
that
has a
mean?
suit against Jerry and his buddies.
Jerry loves suing the
Jerry,
NFL.
listen,
They can
man.
bond over
I'm
that.
just putting it
They
out
can
there.
bond
It's
over it.
something that has to
Jerry,
be discussed.
If you want to get over that picture in Arkansas, you can hire Brian Flores.
Wow.
Well, he was just watching some stuff
Well,
happen
did-
on the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
on the
If you
school's
wanna
front
get over
porch.
that picture in Arkansas.
You hired Brian Flores.
Okay.
We forget all about that picture in Arkansas.
There you go. There you
He
go.
was- he
That's
was-
it.
He was just a kid at school.
Yeah.
Well, now he's
Yep.
a grown man. He can
Yeah.
fix. He can right some wrong.
He can rewrite history.
Do you think that Schotty's hiring his DC?
No.
He got to, don't?
He has to,
No.
yeah. He hired his OC, and
No.
people were praising Clayton Adams earlier.
Telling y'all, Jerry is not allowing other folks to take the credit for him. He will be on this search well because whatever DC comes in here, if this thing magically turns around and this defense is above average and they're playing well in conjunction to what Brian Schottenheimer is doing as a head coach, and this team just so happens to go deep into the playoffs, Jerry's going to sit back and say, those are my boys. I gave a coach who never had a head coaching job in this league an opportunity to head coach. And then I went out there and I fixed it. I messed it up, but I fixed it like I always do. And I went and hired that Brandon Flores.
Brian.
Brian, sir.
Brandon.
No, yeah, Brian.
Brandon
Yeah.
Flores.
Flory.
And I got that floral arrangement in here.
Yep.
And now look at there.
Yeah.
Old Jerry.
He might think he's Hispanic.
Old Jerry's back.
He might think he's
Old
Hispanic.
Jerry's back.
Why would he need to be
I hired those two.
Why do you need to be? Do we have any super chats that we haven't hit yet, John? Just need to figure out if we got Dro knows is in the super chat. He said Clarence needs to tote a new yam supplier into next season. He either dry hating on Ali or keep trying to dip back into that pot.
Yeah.
Brother Raheem
From
for DC.
Listen, one thing we have to consider: Arizona fired their coach, right?
Right.
Jonathan Gannon, yes.
Who's the Cowboys coach, up and coming coach? Everybody talking about could be a next head coach.
I have no idea.
Clayton Adams.
Clayton Adams.
Oh,
Where did
okay.
Clayton Adams come from?
Arizona.
He's going back.
Could he be an option in Arizona? Could the Cowboys, as we worried about the sticking our finger in this dike over here, trying to plug this hole?
What?
It's called. You never heard that? Plugging the dike.
The dam?
Damn.
No, yeah, that's
know
no.
what you're
He's
talking
using a word that is used in that way. Yes,
I mean, you act
yes.
like I'm making stuff. Don't do that.
Listen,
Well,
brother.
it's because it's also
What
Get
are
your
you,
mind
what
out
are
the
you
gutter.
saying?
it's also yes.
Okay, I've never heard.
I mean,
I've
come
never
on,
heard that
get your
before.
mind out the gutter.
I never heard that before.
Grammatically accurate. Yes.
Thank you.
I was like, whoa.
No.
I was like,
No, that's not the word he used, and you don't need to know the word he used either.
I mean, the bottom line is,
I'm like, you're
as
way
we-
too comfortable
as
now.
we plugging this hole over here, could
Yeah.
we spring a leak over here?
Right.
yes. Yeah.
You plugging this hole, and we got all eyes over here, and we sprung a leak over here. So those are some things that we have to think about. But again, the Cowboys did the right thing. They did the right thing. They
Yeah.
did the thing they were supposed to. Jerry said it wasn't hard. It was needed. It was necessary. They had to make a change in coordinator, and they didn't waste any time getting it done.
Who will be the Cowboys' next defensive coordinator? Or let's just pick. Who do you want? Pick one. Who do you want?
You know who we want.
We're all going to say
We
Brian
all know who we
Flores,
want.
right?
Yes, we all gonna.
Are we all saying Brian Flores? Okay, if you can't say Brian Flores, do you have a different one?
I'll take Schwartz.
Yeah.
I mean, as bad as the Browns has been,
Is he gonna bring
For
Miles
years.
Garrett? He gonna bring Miles
I
Garrett?
don't
with him?
know.
My only thing with Schwartz is Kevin Stefanski's interviewing for 3 jobs. Doesn't he? If he gets one of those jobs, like that's probably his first call. Come be my DC.
Oh, it is. But
And just
again,
money
it's
whooping.
gonna be a competition. Pay the man. You got to pay to play.
I might take Jonathan Gannon just because then Schotty can be safe. You're like, look, he had a chance as a head coach. He will never be our head coach.
he's a weird dude too.
He's-
He's a little.
He scares me. I facially profile.
There may be. Oh,
And
you-
something's
you
off.
too.
Yeah, something's
Okay.
off about Jonathan Gannon's face. Like he has the.
It's a spectrum.
He might be a bad. Isn't he the one who hit a guy? Didn't he get a player?
Coach,
He did, yeah.
Dale
Okay, yeah, I'm
Zala,
out on him. Never mind.
You don't want old school justice?
Well, he kind of looks like a psycho. It may be the eyes; they may be too close together, or
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't have pupils. It's something like that with Gannon that makes me uncomfortable. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but go look up a picture of Jonathan Gannon and a Big Adam's apple. That's probably part of it. But there's something up here too. There's something. There's something happening.
Y'all mad at me because I said stick a finger, you plug a hole, stick a finger in the dike, and you doing all this Adam's apple and facial and
Yeah, but
somebody
you
got
use-
his
Oh,
eyes
my
and
God.
everything
again.
else. I mean,
You use a word that if people aren't familiar with that
Yeah.
saying, they heard you use a word that
I wasn't
is
familiar.
not acceptable socially.
it,
Remember, you have no idea what anyone's going through, including Clarence. So be cool to everybody. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.